welcome back, guys. I hope you're feeling fantastic because right now we are here with our guest, an amazing author by the name of Eva Fellner, who's going to be telling us about the amazing book that she wrote. And obviously, we'll also be learning the whole motivation around the book. So, welcome to Burger Breakfast Show, Miss Eva. How are you doing?
Hello, hello. I'm very good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for asking. So, would you mind giving us a quick background on who Ava is?
Who is Eva? Okay, I'm an author from Germany. I have written now almost 5 books on my book series, The Highlanderess, and it will be in the future will be translated in English. Now we are on book 2. So in Germany, it's already quite a success, and I'm living in South Africa, and I decided to also distribute it in South Africa, and it's a historical novel. But it's not only a historical novel; it's a story about a very strong woman and a brave woman, which is outstanding in her time. It's Scottish independent wars, and why it's so important, why it's so motivational, because this lady is a warrior. She is, you can imagine her as a athlete like today, and she is in a very difficult time. And she's fighting her way through her life, and she has some tasks to fulfill. She wants to be her own boss, her own clan leader. And I think this is quite a modern story, and it fits into the modern life. And I find many women in the same situation today. They struggle, they need to have some help, support, motivation. And this book is all about motivation, leadership, empowerment. And so I think it's quite a modern story and not only a historical novel.
No, I think that is like actually very interesting and very amazing because, especially in the day and age that we live in, with all those basically things that are happening around in society, especially impacting women, I think your book will probably be one of the greatest motivation for females to always strive for more and never give up because it shows how strong women are.
Yes.
It shows how strong women are and how much we can actually do if we just have a bit of faith in ourselves.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, no problem. And I like that. So would you mind explaining why, what was the motivation behind your book, basically, and what made you want to write about a female character that is very strong-headed, that stands up for rights and basically fights for everything that she wants to achieve and make sure that she does not become dependent on anybody else?
Yes. Yeah. So just to restructure Berry's question, what draws you to historical fiction and stories about strong women?
Yeah, I mean, I was always interested in history, of
Yes.
course. Otherwise, you cannot make the research. But I also had my struggle in my life,
Okay.
and I grew up quite in a hard surrounding. I mean, if you say, "Oh, you're coming from Germany, it must be easy for you," and it was not. I was coming from a very torn family, struggling with with my parents, with my family, with schooling. So I decided to go on my own way, and that's probably quite the fact what keeps me going, that I had no network around me. I had to fight for myself. I had to go, and I had no looking back. And I'm always telling people, could just go continue what you want to do. Never look back. And I think this is quite the same with my protagonist in the book. She never looked back. She left her country. She went for a life she wants to live. And women always feel responsible for other people, but never for themselves. And I think we should be a little bit more egoistic. Go your way. Go your live your life and go for your tasks. And I just can support females who have an idea. Go for it, and you will see that friends and other people can also support you. You don't need to have the support of the family. I never had, And I went very successful with my life. And nowadays I could even write a book about it. It's a historical novel. I know it's not a motivational book, but
Yes.
the protagonist is quite the one I always wanted to be.
Yeah.
I always wanted to to be the strong woman, to lead others. I mean, it's a story about a little bit about myself, but also it's a harsh surrounding Scotland in the
Yeah.
independent wars, and I can imagine it is something probably like today in South Africa,
Right?
in some areas.
I was about to say.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Then I hit the button.
Yeah. Okay, so you've worn many hats. I think, are you an editor?
Yes.
Editor, entrepreneur, traveler, martial
Yes.
artist, and
yes,
of
read
course, the
something
biggest
about
one,
me.
author. So, how have these experiences shaped the kind of stories you write and the causes? Because you also do charity work.
Yes.
So, how have these experiences shaped the kind of stories you write and the causes you support?
Oh, a lot. I mean, when you went through a hard life and you really fight for what you want to be, it makes a different woman out of you.
Right?
This is absolutely true. And I was very lucky. I was very successful. And I wanted to give back something to people who were not in the same situation, who were not successful. So we started with my charity in India. It makes a different woman out of you.
Right? Sorry.
Okay, there was
there was a playback there. Yeah, sorry.
So we started to support women and girls schoolgirls in India. And now I live in South Africa and see the same struggle here with the girls, the students, the females. They have trouble to fulfill even the school because they send the girls away to work, and I see the same problem. And I want to support these girls here in South Africa as well. That's why I also started to connect with other organizations like AWLO, for example. Yeah.
Wow. I would actually, here at the Vuga Breakfast Show, we're all about community involvement and, raising awareness to socioeconomic issues and being more involved in making a positive change where we are. So I think your story and your cause and what you're trying to achieve, and of course, the way that you're saying that your experiences, the fact that you're seeing that there is a consistent struggle that you are noticing, whether it's here in South Africa or abroad, for women, and that you want to be the positive change and drive that social change amongst women, and giving them that strength and assisting where you can. I think that's so admirable. And as an author, I know obviously most authors also do philanthropy work, and it assists them in perhaps their creativity and just expanding their worldview and perspective in being more immersive and more emotional in their writing. I think that is amazing, and your passion for that is inspirational. Truly, for a Monday motivation for us here on the Vuga Breakfast Show, it's truly amazing. Because one of the things you do say, right? You say life writes the most beautiful stories. A quote by you that I find very beautiful. What's one chapter from your own life that deeply changed your own perspective?
Oh, wow. There are lots of chapters.
Okay. I mean, you can go into a few perhaps, or just one. It's fine.
Yeah. So I was working with my husband together in India, and we had there a substitute for our company, and we are driving along the street, and I saw kids playing in the sand with stones, with everything. And I was thinking back, in my childhood, we had toys, we had everything to play with, and they're just so happy with the stones and with the sand. And the next time I went to India, I brought the toys of my children, my own children, and it was a suitcase full of toys I brought to them, and they were so happy. And I thought by myself, why we cannot make a change? It's so easy to give them some support and to give them something they never had before. And then we created the idea to build up a school, build up a school for those children who had nothing. And I'm so proud to say that today this school has 1,800 students, and we brought up engineers, doctors, and we helped them in their studies. And this is a project which is really touching my heart. And probably that was one of the chapters in my life which changed my way of thinking, because I took it for granted that I grew up in Germany. I had everything, the school, I could work, I could do whatever I was able to do. But these people, these students, they had nothing. So they're coming up from scratch. And many people here in South Africa, they have the same problem, and I want to help and support. And it's not only my book. Of course, I want to sell the book.
Yes, true.
That's what I'm doing, and it is my passion. But I see also the people around me struggling, and especially the females.
Right.
And they are so strong, I can tell you. These South African women, they have something in their soul which is different to what we are. There's a beauty in the souls I'm seeing. And it's inspiring me a lot. And I want to really support and help.
That's beautiful. Yes, Africa.
No, I see like you have some pretty amazing work that you have done throughout the world. And that is pretty amazing because, I believe that one can be a giver, but giving open heartedly is one of the greatest blessings because that's where you also see your life having much more of a bigger and positive impact each and every single day.
And purpose, right?
Yes.
You just get a great sense of purpose when you wake up knowing very well that I've done all that I can to be the change that I want to see in the world. And not only through your writing or your words, but also physically you've done the work, and that's admirable.
Thank you.
For that one, you actually deserve this. That's a shout out for all the amazing work that you have been doing. So I also see that when you talk about secondary homes, so your secondary homes is basically China and South Africa.
Yes.
So how was the experience in China, and what have you taken out from the Chinese lifestyle and culture that you have actually put into some of the positive work that you do into the world?
So China, for me, when you look at it today, it's quite difficult. I mean, no doubt about that. But I see China as a very old culture. And coming from 1400, 1300, I'm sorry, I'm a historical writer. I always look into the past. They came with a very high culture. And I prefer to look at that. And they had really, for thousands of years, a very high approach to people. They colonialize all countries around them, but they never suppressed them. So they helped them getting rid of pirates, whatever. This is the story of China, finally. And they're not that bad. And I think when you look at them as a really high culture, just losing in the last 100 years a bit of their political influence, and now coming back as the dragon. And they are very polite. They are very approaching in an economically way. I think they're not doing that bad. I'm not scared of them. I'm scared more of other countries which are doing the influence just right now with very tough methods. Going back to South Africa, I see also the culture you have in your country, and you struggle to bring your culture together with other countries who invaded your country 100 years ago. But there's a big mixture now, a multinational mixture. I think it's quite nice to see how you melt in
Yes.
all together.
Yeah.
And this is always the struggle of all countries. All countries, they are not accepting other people's. Why they are here? They're taking my job. It's not like that. They bring in a new tradition, a new culture. You always have profits out of it. So take it as an advantage in your country,
Right?
just as a melting pot. And it's working. In other countries, it's working. So it's really something you should continue, and you are in a good way. I think South Africa is thriving the next 5 to 10 years. I see a lot of improvements.
You see us thriving. You see us improving.
Yes.
Wow. Definitely a positive perspective from someone who is, of course, with a world view, right? So this Monday, we are joined by a woman who proves that words can move hearts and action can change lives. Eva Fellner is an accomplished author whose passion for history and strong women is matched only by her commitment to giving back. So, with roots in Germany and a heart that beats for South Africa, Eva has used her global journey to inspire both her stories and her service. Get ready, guys, for a powerful conversation about purpose, passion, and the stories that truly matter. So don't go anywhere, because we will continue this conversation after a little short break.
Welcome back, guys. Sorry about that. Missing you, Jackie, because I missed you guys so much. I just had to just jump in and have a conversation with y'all. But I hope you guys are feeling fantastic, and I hope you're also enjoying the night. Do not forget, Uguti, we are still giving away tickets to the Rancho. So very soon we'll be basically asking our question of the day, so that you can stand a chance to win your tickets to the Rancho, and actually also get a chance to also see us do our thing live at the Rancho, and also have an interaction with the Vuga Breakfast Show team. And to everybody that won tickets last week, thank you very much for participating, and can't also wait to see you at the Rancho. But yes, we are still in with conversation, Konamanja, with Miss Ava, telling us about her amazing, fantastic book. Now, Ma, I just want to know, so what's the whole symbol? Okay, when it comes to culture, what culture did you actually incorporate around the book in terms of historic times? Which one captivated your idealism into creating the character, and basically the roots of the character itself, including the cultural background around the story?
My main protagonist, she is coming from Iceland originally. And as a small child, she was captured by pirates, which was usual in that time. And we're speaking about 1300.
Okay.
So Europe was all over wars, and pirates from the Orient were coming until Iceland. So long way from Europe, Orient to Europe. And she was captured there, and they brought these slaves down to the Orient and sell them. Either the family pays enough, or they had to work in as a slave. So my protagonist, Enja, she went as a 6-year-old girl into the Orient,
Yes.
and they would try to sell her as a slave, as a female slave, which was a normal thing there because of her fair hair, fair skin. She was quite interested. She was able to flee, so she went out of this misery, and she made her way through the begging children in Baghdad. Very interesting, exotic story. She could see that there's another life of freedom. She was very poor. She had to feed herself from stealing things, and almost get caught. But a healer took her in, and she went to get her education as a healer, which was also normal at that time, that you survive as a healer or as a skilled person or as a slave. So this healer brought her to the assassins, and I think everybody knows what assassins about, but at that time, the assassins have been a sect. It was just a religious thing. And they sent people to kill other people to make politics. And even the temple knights, they have been very scared of these people because they did not fear their own death. And it's interesting that Enja, as a lady, she covers herself as a boy, but she was really with the assassins, and she was one of the successful ones killing other people. I mean, I don't want to tell you that you should kill people to be
Yes.
successful,
No,
but
yes.
at that time, she made quite a reputation.
Yes.
And with 18 years, which was quite early, she went into Scotland with half of the fortune of the sheikh of the assassins. So there was war. She should go with a fortune to get it in a safe place. And she came to Scotland. Scotland at that time was the most unruly place I think she could go into. And and then she wants to fight for herself, for her rights, for her people. And she wants to be a chef of her clan. And this is what I say, if you have a task, you have to go for it.
Yes.
And she is, of course, she is very much like a warrior, very strong,
Yes.
very strong-headed as well as a woman. And she doesn't accept a no when a man was telling her no. She said, no, I will go. I will go. I fight for my rights. I will stand up. And that's all about this book. She's standing for her rights, and she is fighting with her people together in one team.
Yeah. I mean, a beautiful narrative and story that, of course, that you are raising here. And of course, we spoke about how this protagonist is a strong woman, and you poured some of yourself into her. But what I want to know from you is, you see, with the themes dealt with in the book, which is rebellion, identity, strength. Why do you think those themes still resonate so strongly today? I mean, obviously the story is set in historic times, but we know that, like you are saying, that the protagonist still speaks to the women of today. And why do you think those themes that are explored in the book still resonate so strongly today?
Because history is repeating.
Of course, that is quite true.
Yes, we can learn so much, and we can also learn out of mistakes.
Yeah.
We did in history, and I still find people doing the same thing.
Yeah.
And I don't know why people don't look into historic books just to learn how it's not working. There's so many samples where you can see, this is working. Democracy is working.
Yes.
Sorry, I see really, I mean, in the past we had the Middle Ages ourselves in Europe, and we came out of this because we see that we cannot kill people. We have to educate them. We have to give them some a reason to live for. And I mean, we have now in Germany 100 years of education. In South Africa, I think the most important thing is to give people education.
Yes, that is one important thing. Yes,
to give them a task, to give them an aim for. And in all the historical books, you see that wars are not helping at all.
Mm-mm.
And to kill people is the wrong way. You have to take the people in. And even it's difficult. Even your country is, there are so much different tribes, different cultures, different colors, but you have to stick together to be a winning team.
Yeah, right.
And I always compare it. Sorry, forgive me. I'm not a rugby player, but I can see in the rugby team there are different positions. There are different colors. There are lean people. There are massive people, and they all work together. And your rugby team is the best team on the world. Imagine. I mean, why you can't do this in your country?
In the government, right?
Yes.
Why that same strategy of holding each other and working together cannot be implemented when it comes to socioeconomic issues, right?
So you see, there's something about it. You can learn out of history to make it right. And other countries, they struggle in the past, and they found a way to work together, to play together, and be world rulers.
So I mean, in South Africa, we did have we do have an ideology called Ubuntu, right? Are you familiar with Ubuntu?
No.
The spirit of oneness, the spirit of community.
But that sounds good.
Right?
Yes.
Inherently, it is something as African people that we have in us. And it was something that it's an ideology that our culture, our traditions was formed around, right? So now, of course, being in our country, do you, in your personal opinion, do you think if we were to go back to that ideology, perhaps some of our socioeconomic issues will be solved as, a foreign entity or somebody outside of the country who isn't from here, but as you're from the outside looking in, do you think that could help us potentially deal with some of the issues, like you say, that we are going through right now?
I think you have to combine these things. I mean, you're
Yeah.
coming from a strong culture of sticking together because as a family you are strong. But nowadays you can be strong as an individual, and to go ahead means also to take in the knowledge. For example, internet. I mean, nobody is surviving without internet.
Yes,
So
it has now become a need.
yes. So
It's our daily bread. Otherwise, you won't catch the Vuga Breakfast Show.
Exactly. So why you don't use it as a tool to make your country and your traditions as in a new shape?
Okay.
I mean, take everything, the positive out of it, and make it a new sense. You are all young here. When I was looking around, you're young people.
Yes,
you
we
want
are.
you want to change something,
Yes.
and do it. Just go and use all the tools you have, but don't forget that there are also other young people coming up.
Yes.
And probably you are the idols for these people.
Right.
And give something back. Give them education. Tell them, hey, look at me, I'm here, but you can be even more far than me because you're younger than me.
True.
Take everything you have, the experiences, your culture, the traditions, but put them in a new pot. Take them in a new pot. Don't look back into maybe the mistakes you made previously. And I think you have a very good team here in South Africa. Take them all together. And they all belong here. Everyone who is born here belongs here.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much. That is very amazing to hear. So another question that I have. So this is just before we close. So it's actually two questions. So I'm going to ask the first question right. So do you mind telling us the inspiration around the attire that you're wearing on the book?
The cover. Yeah,
Yes,
like
the cover, the
I
attire.
love
We'd like to know more about it.
mystics.
Yes,
That one.
that
With you on the
one. Oh, with
horse.
you on the horse.
Yeah, that's me.
It looks, very medieval,
Yes.
mystical.
Yeah. That's actually a dress a tailor has done for me. It's an original dress from medieval times.
Yes, I thought as much.
Yeah. So I try to put myself a little bit into my story because I'm a writer. I'm a passionate writer. And I think you can see that.
Yes, you're very passionate. Yeah.
So I had a lot of fun to put myself in a medieval dress, riding a horse, and show that females can ride. It was quite a tough horse.
was it a rowdy horse, that one?
Looks like they gave you a stallion.
So yeah, it's a bit of myself in the book.
Yes, true.
Yeah, I'm just not having a sword on me
Yes.
because they would just take me away at the airport with a sword. But I have much fun to put myself into my own story.
Yes.
To weaving this fiction around historical facts. This is what I do. And yeah, what should I say? There's a lot of things of myself here.
Yeah.
I think in the English book, it's quite nice to see the cover. The cover is looking like Enja.
Yeah, so
much
that's
more.
is that
Much
it
more.
was that the imagery of Enya that in the
Yes.
English
Yeah.
version of the book. So
Yeah.
that's the imagery you had in mind
Yes.
of Enya, the protagonist in the
Yes.
story.
Yes. Yeah.
Can I just say, when I saw the picture of you on the picture of this cover, I actually thought, I'm like, let's be honest, this is her. This is
It's just
basically how
you.
fierce she is. I'm like looking at the
Fierce.
picture, and there's like also a bit of similarities with your facial features, and I'm like,
really?
yeah, man, this looks like her. So this is basically maybe the younger version.
No, that's
of
her spirit
Eva.
animal. Yeah, it's her spirit
Yes.
animal, right?
Spirit. That's the word.
Yes.
Yeah. I love it.
So, one do you one day hope to actually turn the book into a movie? If you do,
Oh, yes.
can I be one of the cast members?
Which part would you play, Everyberry?
I'll be the best friend in the shadows.
Does she have a best friend?
She has.
Oh,
Yes, she
nice.
has.
Oh,
Two of them.
amazing.
Yes.
So, TC, me and you're gonna be the best performers.
I think everybody is dreaming to be such a person, and
Yeah.
we should keep our dreams.
Yeah.
Let's live for it.
Yeah,
And
right?
Even it's crazy enough. You're sleeping. You try to sleep, and yeah, be your own dream.
Right?
Go for it.
So yeah, you just before we close. So if there's one lesson you hope readers take from this book into their lives for this week, because of course it's a Monday motivation. What would it be?
Don't fear anything.
Oh my goodness! Don't fear anything. Isn't there any much a more powerful way to just live your life? Don't fear anything. You're quite right there. And just as a last one, are there more stories to come from the world of the Highlandress?
Yes.
I mean, what can we look forward to next from you?
So yeah, I have now published the first and the second.
Okay.
There will be audiobooks as well. So I think in a month's 2 months time. And it's in ebook. You find it on Amazon, in the bookshops. The third, the fourth, and the fifth. The fifth is just right now coming out in Germany. So
Wow.
you are much ahead of Germany. So
Ha! And we are the third world country.
no, you aren't. The fifth book is coming this year. So I fulfill my story. I fulfill my journey. You will get all my stories in 1 year. So the Germans had to wait for 5 years now, because I started in 2021 to publish it there. And you're now much quicker. So yeah, it's a good story.
We're happy to hear that. We hope that when you finally launch your book at the end of the year, we'll also be invited for the book reading, because we'd also love to get coverage of that, and also show people. Should we play dress up when we come?
Oh yes, and
That would be
bring
so
a stallion.
nice. Right? It would be so nice. I would actually, I think that's a great idea. Imagine a themed book launch where we come dressed.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yes.
And I mean, I'm an event organizer, so if you want to come on, you can enlist me, and we can do this.
And I am also an MC, poet, and singer. So yes, we are advertising ourselves for the book launch.
We are doing this, man. Look at us as women coming together to make things happen, right?
Yes.
Which is obviously what the Highlandress is about. So don't forget to get the book, guys. Get it on Amazon, right?
Amazon or at any bookshops.
Wow.
Thank you very much. So just before we let you go, we'd like to learn a bit of German. And we're wondering if you could teach us how to say good morning, South Africa. This is Vuga Breakfast Show in German.
Wow. Guten Morgen. Das ist VUCA Frühstücksshow.
Okay.
Okay, wait. Let's start over. So it's good morning, South Africa. This is Vuga Breakfast Show.
Okay.
Please bear with us, because we need to repeat it after you.
Yeah.
Okay. Slowly. Guten Morgen.
Guten Morgen.
Südafrika.
Südafrika.
Das ist VUCA
Das ist VUCA
Frühstücksshow.
Frühstücksshow.
Perfect.
Okay.
Good morning.
Guten Morgen.
Good morning.
Südafrika.
Südafrika.
Das ist
Das ist VUCA
Frühstücksshow.
Frühstücks.
Frühstücksshow. Sure.
Okay, German is not easy, guys. There's no, way.
I'm
I
like,
thought because I know Afrikaans,
it's just
German
gonna
would
be
be easy,
but it's not.
I mean, yeah, no, I don't know. Maybe it's my tongue or yeah, but I don't know. Yeah, she will give me more.
Can I
want
just say,
to-
TC, I like the way that we are both looking at each other like, okay,
Like, girl, we lost.
we are lost. We're gonna say this right. We're gonna say this right. Thank you very much, Eva, for coming through the
No.
show, and thank you very much.
Yeah.
Ah,
So what do
yes.
you want to know in Zulu? The
Yebo.
same thing.
Yebo.
Ah,
Is that the only thing you
but
know?
you already know it, so we can't teach you.
No, I can't. I can't any Zulu.
You
sorry.
don't know any Zulu?
No, that's very difficult.
Okay. I can teach you a Zulu saying. So, I want to say to you, thank you for joining us today. So, siyabonga ukuthi ube nathi namhlanje.
Oh my God.
You got this. You got
you
this. You
see,
got this.
so siyabonga
Siyabonga.
ukuthi
Siyabonga uguti.
ube nathi
Ube